SEO techniques. Off-page SEO techniques for tiered link building. Off-page SEO techniques for tiered link building. Alrighty, let's get right into it. Off-page SEO techniques for tiered link building. Not only will this be part of a training, but I also decided that it would be absolutely phenomenal to go ahead and share this, because nothing is better than a centralized linking hub than what I'm going to show you. Not only that, we're able to filter out links, and I think you'll get a lot of value. Plus, I wanted to go ahead and just get this out there. So let's do it now. I was going to do it anyway, so I decided to share it publicly. So I'm working on the super docs. I've already gone ahead and built them. This is a link building strategy. So let's go ahead and bring this up, and we're going to walk through it together on how to build super docs. All right. Stick with me. I think you will like this quite immensely, actually. All right. So let's come over here. Let's get this. All right. Alrighty then. So, hello and welcome back to the training. So in this video, I will be walking you through the super docs. Now, if you're following along with me with the 37 steps in the PDF, what we're going to do is we're just going to kick it off, but I want to let you know that this is a lot different than how I was sharing it and teaching it in the past. Aside from that, no one is doing these docs quite like this. These are absolutely super docs. So with any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, just like any other file, what you will need to do is go ahead and click on the new tab. Now, once you click on the new tab, you will want to go to Google Docs, and you will be presented with two options. There's blank and then from the template. Now, I've already gone ahead and taken the liberty to build these out, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can build a super doc as well for tiered linking, for link building, for link buffering, as just a central junction for links. I'm going to walk through it all. So aside from that, I want to go ahead and take you through. We've already gone through step 1. Now we are creating a new doc for template, or it's blank. We took care of that. 3, click on create and share. We did that. So the very first step is going to be adding in your primary keyword along with your name, address, and phone number. All right. Now, much like a lot of the other training, we are centralizing all of our brand name with one primary keyword. This particular file type is nothing different. All right. So what you will want to do is come on over here to your doc, and then here. Let's just go ahead and do a new one together. Let's go in here to docs, and we'll just do one together. So first and foremost, we want to go up top. All right. Then we're going to need the first piece on the doc itself is going to be the title. So we will go to format. We're going to go to paragraphs, normal text. So title, apply title. So that's our title. All right. So what I like to do is make this bold. Now, if we go right here to the next step is images. Now, how I'm getting these images, if you take a look at this particular one here, what I really like about Windows and Google is if you go over to the Google site, which we created, and you have a Windows machine, you press Function and Print Screen Home. What you can do is just take a screenshot like this, a snippet, and then bring it right over to your doc and just paste it in without uploading it to the computer. So that's going to be the image. Now, if you take a look at the training here, it's going to say that I'm asking that you link out to your YouTube channel. But if you look at the finished product, I actually have 2 links. I have the image, yes, is going to the main channel, but also a naked URL that's going to the video that is shared within my Google site. All right. So with that being said, I'm connecting the dots. I'm a branded asset that is not only linking, here's the channel, here's what I do, here's the keywords that I'm associating with, and here's that video too. I'm connecting the dots with the Google site. This is just another place to do it, all right? So if we're gonna keep going down the list, we added our image. We went ahead and added the 2 links, 2 authority outbound links. We've already added those. We're on number 10, include a link to your YouTube channel. That's done. All right, so number 11 is making your H1 tag. Now, as you can see here, if we come over to this particular one that is done, all right, you can see that up here in the name folder, the theme is the same. It's SEO Consulting's the primary, and then my NAP. Now, our lead H1 is our first secondary keyword, all right? So if you have been following along since the very beginning, you should have a link list. Now I have, or a keyword list. My keyword list is 2,300 words long. Now what I went ahead and did is sorted these particular keywords by relevance. So basically, if I'm going for SEO consulting, my number 1 secondary keyword is SEO consultant. So of course, that's going to be my lead H1. So as you can see here, it's an H1. Now, what you need to do in order to get this onto the page is quite simple. So we need to make some space, and we're going to put SEO consultant. Your keyword will be whatever it is for you. We're going to highlight this. We're going to go up here to the very top where it says format. We're going to go to paragraphs and styles, and we're going to go to heading 1, add heading 1. So SEO consultant, all right? Now, let's keep going down the list. Number 12, grab your list of keywords from your keyword sheet, all right? Now, number 13, because we just talked about that, number 13 is make your keywords the headings and subtitles of the page, all right? Now, I want to go ahead and point this out. So again, I have 2,300 keywords here that are related to the top level term of SEO consulting. Now, when I'm creating my mega doc or super doc, I'm not going to include all of them, all right? But how I'm going to structure it is I'm going to take all, because I want to be 100% semantic. So I'm going to take all my secondary keywords, the ones that are most relevant, like SEO consultant, local SEO consultant, right? I'm going to take SEO consulting company. You see what I mean? Professional SEO consultant, SEO marketing consultant. And what I did is I just took out or cherry picked the most relevant terms to the primary from that main list. And I made a secondary list right here, all right? Yes, we want to add all of these into the folders so we can maximize the amount of reach we have. But inside of these docs or inside of content, we want to stay relevant, all right? It's absolutely mandatory. So with that being said, I have my list here, all right? My secondary list of the most relevant key phrases. And if you're following along, it says, hey, use this as your subtitles and your titles. So here's how you go about doing this. So you've cherry picked out all of your keywords. You have your H1 here, and that's great. You've cherry picked out your keywords that are most relevant. You're going to paste them on. You're going to highlight all of them. You will come up to the top bar here. You're going to go to format, paragraph styles, and then go click on title right here. So paragraph styles, and then click title, apply title. Now what this is going to do, if you take notice, is on the left-hand side here, all right? It's now giving me almost a structure like a website, almost like a WordPress in a way, the parent-child relationship. It's a semantic structure. So even though it's just a document, it's giving me structure now, and this is a massive difference from how I used to do these. And I've noticed the difference. So I just wanted to go ahead and point that out. And if you come over to the example that's completed, you're going to see that there's also paragraph text underneath it, or plain text. Now, this is not covered within the PDF, all right? I talk about getting the sheets, laying out the keywords. And I also talk about the semantic structure, number 14. But I'll go ahead and share with you exactly how I went out and got this content. No, I didn't write it, but it is unique and it reads okay. So I didn't want to put anything black hat, but I will share this with you now. Just, maybe it'll hurry up your process. So all I did for this was, once I laid these keywords out, much like this here, and made the titles, got this to pop out on this side. I literally just went out to Google, free word spinner, right? Here's Spinbot. I went over here and I just typed in like SEO consulting. I'm looking for a long form piece of content, so this particular page will do. I grabbed it like this. I copied it and I just stuck it right inside of here, let it spin, and it'll just pump me out some content. We need unique, we can't just copy and paste, and we need to stay on top of relevance. All right, so then all I did was once I got this, and you can use any spinner you want or any rewriter, or you can use anything you want. I just want to point this out. When we come over here now, this is exactly how I formatted it. I came into here and I literally just pasted this, right? I went to the bottom, I would chop this off, and I would just leave myself little chunks, little tidbits. I'd go to the next one, right? Paste that in there. This is exactly how I did it. I cut. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out if you're wondering, hey, it's not in the PDF. Where do I get this content? Do I have to handwrite it? Does it matter? You can use the best that you want, but ideally we're just trying to get the right words on the page, okay? So with that being said, I want to go ahead and cover that with you. So we took care of the semanticness, we took care of the keywords, we have our titles. Now what we're going to do is, as we move through the PDF or the walkthrough, we're on number 15. We're going to go to the top of the doc, click on Insert, click on the drawing in the drive. All right, but Chris, I thought that drawings had no value. Well, drawings, much like forms, are an additive. When used in conjunction, let's take Sheets. Sheets utilizes forms. Well, Docs utilizes drawings. So let me go ahead and show you how you can basically beef up your Docs, because we're trying to make a very robust page here, right? So let me go ahead and show you exactly what we got to do here. So if you come over to, and I've already gone over this, you should have some drawings within your folder already. But what we're going to do is we're going to head out here to the content. Let's go to this one here. Which one is it here? It's not that one. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter. We'll come into this one. All right. And then all you have to do is, to break it up, to make it more media rich, we're going to go up here. We're going to make space. Come up here to Insert. And then all we're going to do is insert from the, well, it could be new. We can make one, or you can insert from your drive if you've already created them. Okay. So, and then this is just another way to internally link to another property within the stack, because it automatically does it. And then on top of that, I'm also able to make my document even more media rich. Okay. So if you were wondering, hey, I thought this wasn't part of the program, I definitely, and that's why I call it within the PDF, the SOP, I called it additive. All right. So it's definitely a helper. So that's how you'll go about adding in your drawings. All right. So as you can see here, like I have them here. Here's some drawings. I also added some links, and we covered that in the drawing section. So let's go ahead and move on to the next pieces. We're going to number 18 and 19. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in some headers and some footers. Okay. So I'll walk you through that briefly of how you do that. And the reason why we want to do this, instead of just having our titles and our H tags on the page, is because H tags are great, but they're weighted differently than headers and footers. So if we know that a header and a footer is weighted more prominently, then we most certainly want to get our primaries and our NAPs into the headers and the footers. So now let's go ahead and walk through that now. So if we come into here, this is our first heading tag. All I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it right underneath here. Paste, enter, enter, enter. I'm going to highlight it, go up here to Format. Once on Format, if you take a look down the list, there's headers and footers. Just click on headers and footers. All right, and then what we want to do is apply. All right, so let's just go to Format. We'll go to header, start at 1, and apply. All right. So all we're going to do is we're just adding in the exact same thing. So it's the primary keyword along with the NAP details. All right. So we have headers and footers. Let's do that one more time. Cancel. It's Format. Page numbers. We're going to call it a header. We're going to apply. And then up above here, we're going to paste that in. Okay. We want to make sure that that's up there. All right. So that's the header. And then as we go to the footer, we'll just do that one more time. We'll just do it again. We'll go to page numbers. This time we're going to do footer. Okay. And we'll just paste that in. All right, so primary along with NAP. Now, as we move through the PDF or the SOP, so now the next piece is take your primary keyword and your NAP and put it in the header and footer. We took care of that. Now, as you're going to see, is there's going to be some additions here. All right, I'm walking through the details literally step by step of what you need to do. But the next two pieces that we are going to cover, 22 through 25, are going to be two additions that have most certainly been helpful. At least when I'm taking a look at pieces that are indexing, staying indexed, this one of these seems to be the deciding factor. So let's go ahead and walk through that now. So what I'm talking about is going to be adding in your, let's go over here. I want to show it to you. I want to show it. So the addition is going to be this. So as you can see here, we're able to add in a table of contents. Now what this is going to do is it's going to structure out, like I mentioned before, this is almost like a website now. We're able to then structure out whatever details, whatever titles, whatever topics, whatever semantic clustering that we want to add into this page. We're able to segment it out here. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're going to add in these particular pieces, and then along with this here is called a bookmark. All right, so these are the two additions. I just wanted to go ahead and show those to you, and now here's how you implement them. All right, so what you have to do is you'll come over to your page. The very first thing is we will go to Format. My mistake, we will go to Insert. The first one we will do is going to be the bookmark, so we'll click on Bookmark. And then what I would recommend doing is keeping it all within the same stack. So I'm going to bookmark my Google site. All right, so let's go ahead and add that in there. So that's on my site. Let's do it together now. You literally, all you have to do is copy and paste it, and then you make it a link. All right, so now that's a bookmark. Alrighty. Okay, and then the next element is going to be insert, and what we want to insert is going to be a table of contents. Now, a table of contents could be two things: structured or unstructured lists. All right, so numbers or without. It's really up to you which one you choose. For this example, we'll just go with the 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you can see it's just listing out whatever's on the page, but it's going to put it in order for us. All right, so very, very helpful. If I come down here to this page and I go to insert because there's more titles on this page, I go to table of contents, I throw this in there. Oh, there should be more than that. Oh, because there's only 2 with words. So that's the reason why, Chris. All right, so that's going to cover, that covers bookmarks. That also covers the table of contents, the uses. What I would do is most certainly add these elements to each and every one of these pages or titles that you have. All right, every single one. If you take a look at my example, it's every single one, especially or most notably the table of contents. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going down the SOP here. So we're naming our doc, add the table of contents, go back to the top of your doc and click on insert. Okay, we're on number 25, a tab will pop up. So we took care of that. Now head over to your favorite. We're at number 27. Backlink analysis tool and run a report for higher authority. Do follow backlinks pointing at your target website. The next step after that is you will want to export the list into an Excel file, upload the do follow backlink list to Sheets, then clean your link list for any duplicates or anything that does not have authority or relevance to your stack. Be sure to include your press release links and citations if you're a local business website. So basically, what I'm getting at there is I would gather up anything that has any type of relevance or authority, and I'll show you exactly how I did that. All right, so we're in and off on 30 here, and then what we'll do is we'll get to the next step. So all I did is I went over to SEMrush. I put my website into SEMrush. All right. Once SEMrush gave me back the actual backlinks, I know we generally look at referring domains. You know, that's understandable, but I'm looking for anything that's pointing in at my domain that has any authority. So what I did is I went to backlinks, I went to all, I went to follow, and then I set these advanced filters to be exclude, anything new and lost, anything that has been lost. All right, so anything that's actually live right now out of these 1400, what I did is I exported it. Once I exported the data, I brought it over here. As you can see here, there was some other stuff over here that I cleaned off. Let's see if I can get it to come back. See, there you go. So I exported this list, and then what I did is I just went through here and I was picking off anything that had a 0 here. All right, so what we were left with was, I'll show you in 2 seconds, was these links here. All right, now if there was just standalone zeros, I'm not going to spend all that extra time, but most notably I was trying to get only pages that had a decent score, all right, that are actually pointing into the domain. Now once I have that, there's two more pieces, and it's written inside the PDF that I took care of. So the next elements that I took care of were this. So once I had that list, we want to clean it up a little bit. So there's 2 things. I went to text mechanic. All right. So text mechanic, and what that does is it'll strip out, well, it does a lot of things, but one of the elements that it does is it'll take away all the duplicates. All right. So all I did is I took that list, ran out all the duplicates, and then the next step was I came over to text fixer and I added spaces. So here's all the links without dupes. All right. And then I just had them add in this space. And the reason why we want to do that little bit of extra work is when we bring these links, all right, and these are containing our citations, press releases, any links that have been built into my site, I have them now if there's any credit at all, any value. So I'm going to take these links, and we want to keep a space here to make it easier for us to create hyperlinks out of these, especially within the Google platform. All right, so here's what I did. I did quite a few things. So the very first thing is I made a links doc. All right. So the links doc, what it is I basically copied and pasted all of my links into this document, and then I made them all titles so they would show up over here. All right. The reason, again, you know, headers and footers and particular sections on a website have more weight than others. So by sticking my links into here, they're accredited a lot more. But this is only one doc type. All right, this was just a place for me to put them in and take a look at them. So the next element is we did all that work. We have a link list. The next piece is within our super docs here. If you take a look at the structure, what I did is once everything was done, because I want, what I've learned over time is this is a linking hub. This is a way to tier and buffer links. This is like a central hub. And I was going through and only cherry picking out, citations, cherry picking out press releases. Not anymore. So here's what I did. I took all those links and I literally just made them. If you take a look here, there's 1,000+ here. And I just added it below the content. So this way, when I duplicate this over, as we get farther into the training, we're going to duplicate this over so we can change out our primary keywords. We're going to always stick with the NAP, but we'll create more docs. There'll be more internal linking. There's going to be links sent in, plus we're going to be able to start powering these up too. So this is definitely an addition that's, give it a go. I think you'll love it quite immensely. So let's go ahead and keep rolling here. Let's go down the list here. So that was us adding in the links, cleaning up the links, taking out duplicates, adding a line, also making a link list, and then adding them to the main centralized doc. Because what we're doing on the first one too is, maybe I should write that in there, is we're making a template for the others. Because once we have the template, you notice when you first start these docs now, it'll say, hey, do you want a blank or a template? So once we have the template and the layout, then we can go in and start changing, the other secondary keywords basically. But no matter what, we want to send power to those links. We want them to be all internally linked. We want to be accredited with those links. It's a very, very helpful little strategy. All right, let's go down this list here. Copy the text. We're at number 27, I believe. So now head over to your favorite tool, upload the links. All right. Clean the list. Text fixer. Yep, I walked through that. 32, copy the text after the lines are added. Yep, we took care of that. Paste the URLs, go to the top of the page and click on format, then format. Choose subtitles. All right, so now we're moving into the next section, number 34. So go to the top of the page and click on format. 35, then go from format, click on paragraph styles and choose title or subtitle for all of your URLs. All right, that's what I was talking about on the left-hand side. I really like title or subtitle. It gives us the parent-child relationship right inside of docs. 36, when you're done, you have a massive page with content, then URLs to all of your follow authority links. 37, after these links, I then add URLs to body text going to 3 main places: your Google site, your main stack folder, and one to your map or any other authority property you have that is branded. All right, so what do I mean by that? So within this text here, once you're done, once you complete the stack, you have your links in here, you have your formatting, you have your images, you have your video. Pretty much you're making your template. The next element is, no matter what, we want to link out to 3 separate things. So we need to pick some of these to determine, okay, are we linking to A, the Google site? B, are we going to link to the main folder? And what I mean by main folder is where everything is housed inside of here. So this is the main folder and everything else is built within. All right, so we always build links to this main folder. We also internally link to that main folder no matter what. And then on top of that, the last one is I use a tool called Plepper. Inside of here, on top of the maps, it's the only time that I like to add a link out to a CID is from this particular property. So that's up to you. I'm sure you've also noticed in the past that linking to this particular asset can be harmful. So take it or leave it, that's up to you. But inside of, if you take a look at my example here, I'm linking out multiple times, probably within this image. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up. That's exactly what I wanted to share with you today. How to make a super doc, how to structure it, how to get the most benefit out of it. But there's one last piece that I want to make sure that you realize and that you know, so I can leave you. So once you're done, just make sure that you are publishing this to the web. All right, so we have to publish this out to the web. All right, so once you publish this, we click OK. We want to then take this link and make sure that you're adding that link to your stack link list. All right, now not yet, but once all the assets are built out, we're going to utilize all of these links to internally link to one another. All right, so there's a reason why we've been collecting these all this time. That is to be done at the very, very end, much like how we're going to build out the depth of our mini stacks. So it's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in the next training. I'll see you then. All right. Cool. All right. My throat's killing me today. Chat is not available. Oh, what the heck is wrong with this thing? I hope that... Oh, man, I wanted to ask you guys, does that make sense? Is there something... Man. Let's see if we can fix that quick. Live chat. Oh, okay. Chat works. All right. So internal linking structure inside the stack, huh? Hey Chase, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I'm just testing out something different today. I'm curious to know if there's anything different, with this type of teaching. All right. So yeah, super doc. And then you can add other stuff too, but I'm not going to get into that. I hope that works. So internal linking structure. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want to show that. I think it's kind of unique. I will tell you this though, as a very helpful tip. The magic happens in here. But that's gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to produce that video, so it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. Many blessings. It's been fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.